This video is for administrators to show them how to use the user management tools in their account. So this is after I've already logged in. I'm going to go to user management. I've got 4 options: add teacher accounts, admin account tools, adult account tools, and student account tools. And so they're pretty straightforward as they're named. I'll just point out that admin permissions are only granted and removed in the admin accounts tools, not within the adult one. So adult tools would be anything for adults other than your admin tools. And that's that's to avoid you making a mistake with your admin tools and thinking you're adding a teacher and you really accidentally give them administrator rights. It just makes it a little more secure. So let's look at how to create a teacher. This is very straightforward. So very simple. You have your interface. You give their name, their email address, their school, and then you click create teacher. So like if I was just gonna put in some fake information here, and then you select the school, because if you're a school level administrator, you're only going to have one option there. However, because I'm a regional level here, I can select any of the schools within the region. So if you're a district level administrator, you can select any of the schools. So you pick the school, you click create teacher, accounts created. They will get an email with their login information and a summary of resources, some training materials, like some videos such as this one, except for teachers. They'll get all that information by email automatically, unless you have not activated your FAIR yet, okay? Because they can't log in or do anything useful until you've activated the FAIR. So if the FAIR has not been activated, they will not get the email, and instead, when you activate, it'll send the emails out. If you've already activated the FAIR and then you create a teacher, they'll get that email automatically. So that's adding teachers. Looking at administrator tools, I can add rights, I can create a new administrator, or I can remove rights. So I can add, when I click this button, it gives me all of the FAIRs that fall below me. Okay, so if you're school level, then you would only have your school as an option. But if you're district level or regional level, any FAIR below you, you could select that. And then you would pick an account that you can add those administrative rights to. So now that teacher I just created also has administrative rights. And it will send the invite for administrators immediately at your level, because they could also activate the FAIR account. So they didn't get their teacher invite, but they did just get that administrative invite. They would get the teacher invite once the FAIR becomes active. Okay, I can create a new account. It's very similar to creating a teacher account. I just would, again, pick wherever I want to create that. I would type in the name of the person and their email address and click create. If I want to remove administrative rights, I could just go, I select, again, the whatever FAIR it is from the drop-down menu. So that one doesn't have anyone with admin rights that I can remove. Here, how about I go to this, and I see that I can remove myself admin rights at the regional level. Those other FAIRs are kind of empty, so they don't have anyone I can remove. All right. If I have any selections I made and I'm like, actually, I don't want to pick that, I can click this refresh drop-down menu and see how that clears that out. Because sometimes you will have already populated the list, so it can, help reset that. Of course, if you ever get stuck on something and it looks a little weird, you can hit refresh, and that'll kind of start your menus over again. All right, adult account tools are similar to what I was just looking at, but a little different. I can add adult roles to an existing account in the same way that I was doing before, except that I cannot add administrator rights because I would have to use the admin account tools for that. But I can give teacher rights, or I can upgrade them to SRC or IRB status. Okay, I can. I should set my SRC and IRB at the beginning of the year, the start of year setup. Okay. However, if you need to add someone, like maybe you need a 4th person for SRC review, then you could go in here and add that. And then I can remove a role from somebody in the same way that I was just showing you. So you pick the school, then you pick the role you want to remove, you click, and then it automatically removes them. They do not get an email when they're removed from a role. They only get an email when they get a new role added. All right. Now I've got a couple other options, some unique options here that are a little different. I can impersonate a user. I can inactivate, or I can, if my fare is active, I can select someone to receive an invite email again. Okay, so let's look at impersonate. So I could just pick, this would list any user that I can see, that I can log in as. Now these users have not had a login before, so if I impersonate them, it will show me their initial login screen, which will look a little funny. So I'm not going to click all the way through to that, but it gives me an impersonation link. When I click on this link, it'll open a new tab in my browser, and in that new tab, it will open up as if I just logged in as that person. That is a fully live login, so that any teacher or administrator below your level that you kind of control, you can log in as them in a fully live way. So if a teacher had to go on medical leave or something like that, you could access their account. And if you have an administrator that's having trouble, you can log in as them. You don't have to type in the login information. You could click that and you would, log in as them automatically. To inactivate, you would select someone that you want inactivated. We don't delete accounts because sometimes people make mistakes, so we want to be able to retain that information as best we can. I can't promise we can restore every bit of the information, but we do save most of what they have when we inactivate them. So when you click inactivate, actually what it does is it gives you a prompt to select somebody, and then it sends us an email, and we inactivate for you. That helps avoid mistakes. Once your fare is more comfortable with using these tools, then we might change that so that you directly inactivate them without intervention. And then again, if you had activated your fare, this would give you a drop down similar to these where it would show all the users below you. You would pick one, you click the button, and it would send them a duplicate of their invite email with the instructions. Okay, so that gave an overview of the add teachers, the administrative tools, and the adult tools. The one last thing in user management is student tools, and this actually doesn't have anything in it. And that's because you can go into individual project review and editing, and you can log in as a student, you can create their forms, you can view, you can look at their progress reports, all that kind of stuff within that menu. So you don't need a separate user management for the students. The two things that you cannot do from this individual project review screen is to inactivate someone or to move someone. And so if you need to inactivate a student or move from one teacher to another, then it prompts you to just email us and we will move them for you or inactivate them for you. Hopefully this video was helpful. If you have any questions, please reach out.